Would you like to stand for the pledge? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk Kirby, please call the roll.
Trustee Delmar is absent. Trustee McNeil?
Here.
Trustee Larson?
Here.
Trustee DeGrow?
Here.
Supervisor Rush?
Here.
Also in attendance, Clerk Kirby, Attorney Carolina Shotland, and Commissioner Kula.
Okay, thank you. Can I get a motion for the approval of the minutes?
So moved.
And do I have a second?
Second.
All right, and roll call, please.
Trustee DeGrow?
Oh, is there any discussion? I'm sorry. Nope. Okay.
Trustee DeGrow? Trustee McNeil?
Aye.
Trustee Larson?
Aye.
Supervisor Rush?
Aye. Is there any public participation on any of the agenda items? You're on the agenda, so you don't have, right? Anybody else? No? Okay, hearing none. We'll go on to reports. You have attached into the reports my regular reports, which includes the phones, and you will see that we have our GAEA assistance has jumped quite a bit. Electric and gas are the two major ones that are being shut down where we need assistance. The second one is the food pantry. However, you should see that going down because they do have a new phone number in the food pantry.
Can we discuss that for one quick second and call today? And said you gotta call it. Is there any way that we can still do that? Where
We can't transfer any
can
calls.
transfer
No.
calls over?
No, we
Is
just get
that
phone
because
calls.
of them or us or?
It's them, that's their decision, that they wanted a separate phone line, and since they are a separate entity from us,
There's no way we could, our number can tie into there so transfer over?
no.
Okay.
It was their decision to be made to take themselves off of our phone line.
So
Yes, Bob.
I get a lot of phone calls for the assessor's office, so I'm given 1446, should I not be doing that now?
1446 is fine, there is if you want to press this number, you can hit the assessor's office. So it is I believe the other number listed for the assessor does not go through. I'm sorry?
2146?
Doesn't go through.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Is there, and that,
Yes.
going back on that, we have the assessors, do we have, I don't remember, it doesn't link to Bob though, right?
No, Bob has a separate line, and on our phone it rings as the fourth line, and if Suzanne is there, if that makes sense to you, we have different lines, and Bob's rings on the fourth line. If Suzanne is in the office, she does answer the fourth line, but for the most part, we don't.
Okay.
If we
If
occasionally do.
If Suzanne doesn't answer it anyway, I have it on call forwarding all the time, so
Right,
Suzanne has an opportunity to pick it up within a couple rings. If it doesn't, it just rings to my cell phone, so I don't get the missed calls, so I
Right.
do that.
yeah. And if we ever get any 1446 calls for the highway commissioner, we take messages and
Right.
we have no problem getting a hold of Bob. It's very easy to do so. Any other questions in regards to that? All right, in addition, I have my favorite thing in the whole entire world is Touch a Truck is coming. So here are some flyers. And I have invited our guest to attend as well, to pass those around. And there are some for the public if they would like. It is going to be taking place on, thank you, Bill, on September 27th from 12 to 4. We are going to be looking for two sponsors. One of them is our attorney, and we're looking for one other person to sponsor us so that we can defray some of the costs for the tents and the tables and stuff like that. We are also asking some of our social services to attend as well. One of them is Erie Health, since, bless you,
Sorry.
since it changed from the health department that was, the other health department that was close and is now just Erie Health. They're losing a lot of the Round Lake people coming to them, so they're going to come here, set up a table and introduce themselves and let them know that they are part of the same health department, health group that was together before. There's that. In addition, oh, it's not there. You notice there's a gray square on our wall back there. That is because our AED has now been moved to the hallway, and we all had training. And when I mean we had the highway department, we had the assessor's office, we had the township office, we had people from the Lake County Health Department here. So it was a group that we were all sitting here, and we all learned AED CPR training.
Clerk's office didn't go.
That's
I
okay.
called 911.
Quite all right. It's right now in the hallway, right outside the door, and then there's one also in the highway department. In addition, the windows, you will notice that they're partially completed. That is because if there's even a slight chance of rain, he won't come out because he doesn't want to break apart windows that it might rain. So he says he will complete the task within the next week or two, but and that is, once again, with hopes of no rain. Next one is our summer hours end this Friday. We will go back, and this is based on the fact that the blue cards are going out. But we will go back to regular hours. Right now, it'll go from 8:30 to 4:30, Monday through Thursday, and 8:30 to 3 on Fridays. Next thing, you'll notice outside too that the sign got moved. And working. I have been putting some things up there. I also did, when she starts talking, Cindy, I did offer that we can put the top box date on there as well.
Thank you.
I'm sorry?
I said thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, the next thing is Lupe and I attended the Senior Expo last Thursday. Other than the fact that all they want is freebies. One of the big things they did take was the top box. They were all looking forward to that. We only took a very small stack of what Cindy had left us, and they disappeared before 9:30. Opened up at 8, so, and it ran to 1 o'clock, so they were gone. So another thing is we connected with a couple of organizations who want to come and give some talks here. So if we don't hold the talks here, one of them is on senior fraud, people trying to defraud seniors, and the other one is how to stay in your house after, how to stay in your house longer, should you have an accident or something like that. And so we will either schedule them to take place here, or we will work with one of the senior centers in either Grays Lake and Round Lake and partner with them. And then the last thing on my reports list is backpacks. We actually, I was speaking with someone and they mentioned that they really liked them and wondered if we were doing them again this year. And I wanted to just let you all know that this is something that we would like to do, and it is I do have money in my budget. However, to purchase the supplies, I would need to use the credit card, and I would not exceed, I'm gonna say $900 to purchase the supplies for the backpacks. Okay? Have any questions on that or any discussion?
Would we need that in the motion, or at least we're aware of it? I don't know if we need that in spend up to like $900. I don't need that in the motion. Well, I don't think we can.
It's not on the agenda. Can we vote on something like that if it's not on the agenda?
As long as we know about it, I guess that's the main thing.
Well, it's part of your discretionary budget, or is it?
Yeah, it's a GA discretionary budget.
It's part of the, it's also
But it's
part of our credit card policy.
that I get their approval.
Well, it's 500 per transaction or 1,000 per month.
Okay, it isn't going to exceed $1,000.
Well, anything else on the credit card for the month though?
Nope, if we have to put anything and usually for the touch truck, we don't put anything on there. We usually write a check, it's checks and they get approved, so. Anybody have any? Kathy? No? Okay. All right,
So with no objection, we're approving those expenditures.
yes. Okay, that is all I have. Oh, windows. You also had requested, and I took pictures for you, and I did send them to you, but I have them here to know, because everybody was wondering why we were having our windows replaced. They didn't look that bad. These are pictures of rotting wood underneath our windows, and you will see our lovely hand model, Jeannie, who is easily just touching the wood beneath the windows, and it just falls apart. I'll pass those around. We can pass them to the public, so. All right, that is all I have. Next, we have Highway Commissioner Kula.
Kind of just, would you clarify, would you consider the rock damage to be extensive?
Yes, because it is happening at every single window. Also, on the side of the health department, they did tell us that the way they shimmied the windows before, that rotting wood caused lots, and they said what we are lucky is there's a cement wall, because the water fell down there and that's why the wood is rotting. But they said that will not occur again, the way they're putting them in.
Done right for the next 25 years, we'll have to see.
What?
Right.
Right, 25 years from now, we'll see.
Okay, I'll put that down on the agenda for 25
You gonna be here,
minutes from
Bill?
Bill will be
I'll leave my wheelchair.
Okay, that's all I have. Anybody else? Anybody have any questions on any of my reports? Okay.
Did everybody get a copy of my report?
You did?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's in the agenda, it's in the books.
Okay, I'm over it. So, the first item I had on there, so we just paved Lakeside Drive, over in Island Lake. We had to do a lot of culvert replacement and pipe replacement over there. We had a lot of rotted culverts where after we inspected all the culverts before we paved, we actually found a lot of culverts that the bottoms were gone. So just the upper half of the pipe was still there, and so we replaced almost all the pipes that in the driveways over there. And then that's paved over there. If you guys ever drive through there, Lakeside's done. We just have restoration work to do over there, which is gonna be some gravel shoulder. And some of the neighbors are gonna want dirt, which is fine. We do dirt as well for a shoulder. It just depends on the area and what's going on there. So that's all done. That's actually probably our last big project for the year. We have a little stuff to do, but the three big ones are all done now. So aside from some punch list stuff, and that's about it for that. And I think I spoke to Lisa and maybe Jeannie about over on Lakeside about that crosswalk.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been having some more discussion with the county. Actually, today I talked to Paula Trigg and Emily Carey, and the county actually, initially they asked if we want to pay for it, we could do it. They were talking about somewhere around $10,000 to $20,000 to put that. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Well, so with that crosswalk, we have that RFB, excuse me. So what happens is when somebody hits that button, it flashes that light, and then cars by law now are required to stop. However, since there's going to be one at the train station, they're going to have a crosswalk there. Then they'll have the crosswalk at Haynesville Road, and then down the road when that property across the street from Herring Way is going to be developed. It's down the road, but when they do develop that property, then they're going to have a light, and there's going to end up being a light at Herring Way. So the county's take on it right now is not to do it because it's going to have too many crosswalks on that road. And I wasn't comfortable with it anyway, to be honest with you, because we're talking about 5 lanes. So these cars are required to stop, but they have all these crosswalks, and what happens is they're just going to get to that ignored kind of thing. And I don't want people crossing the street when there's no, even though they have the crosswalk without the light there, a stoplight to actually stop the cars. It seems dangerous to me, and they have a 1,300-foot walk to the train station from Lakeside. Is how many feet it is. 5-minute walk, you're there, and you cross the street. The reason why that crosswalk, there's a painted crosswalk there now, but the reason it's always been there is because there's no sidewalk on that side of the street, on the north side. Now there is going to be one. Everybody can carry, they can move all the way down, and then they can cross the street wherever they choose. So I think it's safer to just, I agree with the county, just do away with it. We're just going to forget about it and move on from there.
Okay.
So, okay. So, and then, let's see, we did our stuff for Caroline North again. And we're done.
Okay.
No, we're officially done. Grays Lake, we do this usually in cooperation with Grays Lake. Grays Lake will go in there for a couple days or maybe even a week. I think this year they were in there for about 3 or 4 days. They went and they cut all the buckthorn out. Gray's like drags it out, and then we volunteer and we go ahead and chip it for them. So, but that was the last of it. So actually, we're all done over there now. So that's about it. There's some other little stuff in there, but that's where we're at right now. Okay. Questions?
My report is next. First of all, let me take care of Assessor Ditton. In your packet, he sent me an email and wanted to just let you know a couple things, so that email is included behind my report. When I was working on my report for the board, I realized that August of 2013 was the first clerk report I gave to this board after my appointment. And so what I did is I copied exactly the report I gave you, and then used it as a goal-oriented sheet to determine how effective I am being at what I told you I would do within the clerk's office. So I'm pretty proud of it. We've accomplished a lot. Get your monthly reports regarding FOIAs and community public service, so that we marked as done. We've updated on the collection of organization of all the township meetings, including the recordings. They all have a system. It's all nicely organized. It can be passed on to future clerks as a way to organize their materials. We have an update on the availabilities of FOIAs and organizations received during the preceding months, so you know exactly what we get, and you know where the books are, so that if you want to actually read them and what I send them, that is available to you. So that is accomplished as well. You get the community service reports that tells them, and we've tweaked it several times since we started. So we now have very varying degrees of levels of community service. And if you look at the community service report, you will see that we are up to 2 pages. These are the community services that we have processed for this year. We should be pretty proud of that. We're talking, I didn't count them, but there's a lot. So, and we have everything from straight volunteers to community service to teen court to honor students that are doing it as part of their honor service, which many schools require them to have some service orientation. 5 is one that we, or also I wanted to have the TOI come in and do consulting work with me to determine our records and what's the best date to have them. We did that as well. And Suzanne also was with us, and we're continuing our work with the records that are housed with the Highway Department, because I'm the ex officio clerk for the Highway Department, according to statute. But number 5, you gave me permission to hire, to appoint a deputy clerk. We've had a lot of things go on in this board. We've had 3 deaths, we've had children illnesses, we've had fathers that have been in serious car accidents, personal health issues, and so I have not done that. I still think that all the reasons why we wanted to do one still exist, but we'll talk about it in the near future. With the budget constraints, I feel like we can't move forward on that at this time. So we're going to hold it in our back pocket and work on it in the future. And then the last item that was on the list I gave you back in 2013 was shared training and information, and this board has done a good job with that all in all when anyone has gone to training. And of course, my job is to preserve the openness of this board and to be able to share with them anything that this board acts and does. Has been the key component that has been approved by all of you. So, I'm soliciting your report. I won't ask you to do it in public because I don't want to cry. So, all the things you have that I still need to do. But please, sit down and send me an email if you have some things that you think the clerk needs to work on. And I'd be happy to entertain that. And I'm going to be working on a couple new goals for the next year.
And I would like to compliment Jeannie on her office. She finally filed the very last piece of paper. And even though I went through a few things and I just was questioning, and I go, you don't need to do anything with these, but she did an amazing job of filing the very last piece of paper within her office, so everything has a home.
Lisa is a history junkie, as am I. So every time she opens it, she says, "This is so amazing." And I'm thinking, yes, we're going to destroy it. Oh, but we should keep this. No, we're going to destroy it. So we have 64 boxes that have been requested by the state to be destroyed, and we're waiting to hear their approval for that. And yeah, I couldn't have done it without the girls that I introduced you with to last year. So with that, the final report, this month's reports are in here. We've had some new, I just discovered the yellow ones don't come out very well when you copy them. We've only had for the community service or volunteer community service report, the last 5 or 6. The last 6 have all been ones that weren't on your previous report, if I remember right. They've been accepted, and we're working on getting some completed, but we've had a couple completed as well. And then you have the FOIA report. We have 1 new FOIA that has come in. We did not ask for an extension. It came on the 21st, and it was filed. The information they requested that I could provide for them was due by the 25th, and they received everything by the 24th. I suspect that they will rethink that FOIA and send me another FOIA based on my response to that, but we'll see. And the following thing is from Kristen. That's it.
Thank you. Any trustee reports?
I'll be really brief. Just want to remind everybody that Haynesville Fest this year is going to be a little bit different than our previous festivals. They are doing a Civil War reenactment the weekend of Saturday, the 6th and 7th. There will be an encampment over at the Union Square Park. There will be a baseball game on Sunday. In the afternoon, time to be specifically determined. It'll be an 1800s style game. I know a number of local people like Chief Perlini from Grays Lake, a couple of the Haynesville officials, some other people who are going to be playing. An invitation's been made to the entire board and Bob, or any of your guys to come out and play as well. Sort of the celebrities showing up, as it were. Haynesville being so small, celebrities are easy to find. But it'll be the first time going through that. They'll have Saturday night. There's going to be a dance going on there. It'll be a Civil War era style dance. There'll be dance lessons, so you don't have to know anything. And it's kind of a new thing for the area. I don't know of many Civil War reenactments we've had in Lake County.
Don't they do that at Lake
Lake
County
Villa.
Forest Preserve?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Lake's Villa, that's over by the Manning.
Oh yeah, that's right, they do.
Mhm.
I know Avon Lincoln impersonators will be there. There will also be Elijah Haynes, who is important not just for Haynesville, but also for township government as a whole, so that's going to be kind of an exciting thing. So that's all I have.
Anybody else?
I have a couple things. Clerk Kirby, I would personally like to thank you for instituting the system of organizing our board packets. It's like hugely helpful as a trustee. Thank you very much. And I was so impressed with the work you did with students over the summer. You not only kept them busy, but you taught them skills that they'll use
Yes.
and remember.
They've all
For the rest
sworn
of
they
their
will
lives.
never do anything that has to do with records. I don't know if it was a blessing.
So they may not aspire to be lawyers, but maybe they'll want to be supervisors when they grow up. I did walk the Lakeside project. It was so well done and staged. Some projects can be such a mess, as we witness with other organizations that have been working on roads. Your crew was really respectful of people live here. And also Tony had stopped and talked to me about those culverts too.
Yeah.
And he said you were using different material that would not crush, so I was.
won't rot.
Yeah.
The problem with culverts, we try not to use those anymore. We have to in sometimes we have to use them, but we're moving to plastic as much as we can, or cement, because people use a lot of people use fertilizer now. So it's not just the salt that rots out the metal culverts, it's the fertilizer. The fertilizers are really hard on metal pipe, so we're trying to get away from that. So we use PVC, or like I said, we use concrete whenever we can. So, thank you.
Well, thank you, and the neighbors are very happy.
Great.
Some people, that was a campaign issue, really. Some people on that road had some flooding issues into their driveways and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and I could tell that,
We worked on that, yeah.
yeah, really hard.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, we did
It's a
what-
pleasure to walk it.
We did what was called a cross pitch on the road, so instead of spending a lot of money on underground drain a lot, since we have that farm field adjacent there, we just put like a 3% pitch or a 2% pitch on the road. And so we just take it from the house side and take the water over to the farm field, and away it goes, so it just saves us a lot of money there. And get the same end result.
Well done.
Thank you.
And I have something for Lisa. We're all looking for ways to trim our budget and save money, and my little thing was the mats. So I have a little catalog.
Okay.
Well, we pay for the 2 weeks, we could buy our own mat.
The
So-
cleaning of them, that's the hard part.
So anyways,
Look at it, I will be happy
We'll
to look
talk
at this
about
for
it
you.
at
We have
Yes.
lots of student volunteers.
I even gave Jeannie a picture for remembrance of her.
What am I getting?
All right, and Bill, anything? You were just happy that you're here.
Yes.
All right, reports are done. We now have a presentation by Cindy Pagano. If any of you have not ever met Cindy before, she is a recent retiree of the clerk of the Lake County Clerk's Office. When we used to hold voting here, I relied very heavily on Cindy to help us make that process go very smoothly. So,
Well, thank you all. I'm very excited to be here this evening to tell you about Top Box Foods. I spent a little time with Lisa, and we thought it'd be great to come back here and present it to the board. This program I am extremely passionate about, and we have a leadership team from the Rend Lake area that is just as passionate about it as I am. Top Box Foods was founded by Chris and Sheila Kennedy back in 2012. They were operating in Cook County, in the city of Chicago. They offer valuable food resources to the community, fresh fruits, vegetables, and frozen meats, 40% off. Their goal and mission is to offer this to people who probably aren't able to buy this in the grocery store. I know as a young mom, when my children were little, that was the first place you walked by when you went grocery shopping. You could afford the rice, the beans, the hamburger helper, but the produce was a little expensive. So Top Box Foods were really excited for them to come. I left you all a presentation by your place when you came in. If you turn to the brochure, this tells you that Top Box Foods is open to everyone. There's no qualifying and no sign up. This is going to help all the people that fall in that gap, the working single moms, the seniors, the vets, the underemployed, the unemployed, families on extremely tight budgets. Everyone can use Top Box Foods. They accept cash, credit, they accept debit cards, SNAP, and Link. If you'll look, an example is the produce box. Think about this. Think about going to the store and getting potatoes, onions, carrots, 2 varieties of fresh fruits, and 2 additional varieties of delicious vegetables for $10. You can't do it. The food is restaurant quality. They buy from suppliers for restaurants. It's fresh. It's good, high quality. They also have meat boxes for $11. It's 3 to 4 meats. It will vary every month. The boxes will change, but the values will always remain the same. They're gonna have a mega meat box, which is just going to be priced according to what they can purchase at that time of the month. They have Y Top Box in Lake County. I was shocked to learn that back in 1999, the poverty rate in the suburbs was 34%, and by 2011, it's at 50%. It also, I was shocked to learn that a family of 4, in order to be declared at poverty level, is below $41,000. And I think, how do you possibly raise a family in Lake County if you make $42,000? We all know how expensive it is for rent and housing, transportation. So this program is going to be able to be used by all those people that fall in that gap, that miss out, that don't have that extra assistance to help them with everyday life. I was thinking about the seniors on my way over, and I thought, you know, they're gonna be able to buy their meats and their vegetables, and they're gonna be able to get that extra gallon of milk at the end of the month that they didn't have the money for, because so many times you run out of that money. So it's a great, great opportunity for our community. They are, Top Box Foods went to Northern Illinois Food Bank first to see if they could partner. They're going to help with distribution of foods. They're also gonna help them with bulk rates, buying some foods from some of their suppliers. They will be using their delivery trucks to bring them out. They'll also be packing the boxes for Top Box down at the Northern Illinois Food Bank in Park City. There'll be 3 delivery sites in Lake County. Round Lake area, as we call it. There will be 1 in Waukegan and also another in North Chicago. We're the pilot for Lake County. They have said if things go well that they will branch out into other areas of the county. If you'll look, the Top Box Food Express Community Leadership Team, I think we're extremely excited because we really have did an outreach to the community. We have people from churches, people from the school districts, Judy Armstrong from BEST. We have a Village of Round Lake trustee. We have a realtor from the area. We have someone from a food pantry, I should say. Mano a Mano is involved. So we have a wide variety of community leaderships, and our job as a volunteer is to do outreach into the community and to educate the community about exactly what this program is about. And that's why we need your help. We need you to also help us get the word out. We would love for you to like us on Facebook, and we would also like you to share it with everyone else. I have an electronic flyer that I can send to everyone. I posted mine, I saved the image and posted on my Facebook page, and within minutes I had 5 people share it. We've been out in the community. We were at all 3 national night outs. We were at a senior fair. I cannot tell you how excited people in the community are about this program. I mean, everyone that hears about it is waiting for the hitch, and there is none. This is an exceptional program. Our distribution site in Round Lake will take place the 2nd Saturday of every month beginning on September 13th. It will take place at Calvary Presbyterian Church. It's at 510 North Cedar Lake Road in Round Lake, and we'll be starting processing at 9 to 11. So people just need to show up. They can buy as many boxes as they would like, and we're there to serve them. And if you could really be that other member of our team helping us reach out to the community to get this information out, we would truly appreciate it.
We have it on our Facebook page, and we also are putting it on our website page tomorrow as well.
Fantastic. And thank you for offering to also put it on your board out front. And it would be really helpful. I'll try to send a reminder out to everyone to Lisa and to let everyone else know that maybe, you know, the day before Friday, the 12th, that we all send out another message to remind people that it's actually going to take place on the 13th. You know, we've been outreaching out there and everybody's so excited, but sometimes you get busy in your everyday life and you forget that that's the delivery date. Questions?
Do they have to order?
Nope. They go.
And anybody can show up, whether they're rich or poor?
You got it. You got it.
God bless you.
Mm-hmm.
The Kennedys.
Well,
It's a nonprofit, it's a nonprofit organization, first of all.
Yeah.
But you know what, it's for, you know, I'll tell you, I have family members, I have neighbors, I have a lot of people that are really having a tough time making it from paycheck. I know a lot of people in my church that won't use the food pantry. They feel as though they'll lose their dignity. This gives them dignity. It also shows people how to budget. And it shows them how to, it's a hand up, this program. It's not a handout, it's a hand up. And it's just, I'm very excited about it. I just think that there are just so many people in need for this. And I think the seniors are just, it's gonna be wonderful.
Pun, to eat it up, they're going to eat it up.
They are.
How many
I
boxes
could
of each
not-
are you gonna bring with you? This is the first time.
The first time we're gonna have 300 boxes and.
Of each?
No,
Total.
yes.
300 total.
And if we, for some reason, don't have enough, we will have vouchers that we will hand out. We will be the first distribution site, so they can purchase there. We'll give them a voucher, they can be first in line in Waukegan or North Chicago. Or we may be able to work out another arrangement to bring food back at another date, a closer date.
It's gonna take a few months to see where.
Exactly.
We're gonna be
We
on.
don't wanna waste any food,
Right.
so
I think you're gonna go right through 300.
I agree, but you know, you just never know.
Yeah, right.
You just never know. It really depends on if people remember.
Yeah.
And I agree, I think once it starts, it's just gonna grow.
Snowball.
Yeah,
It is just
It
gonna
is.
grow.
it is.
And we're very lucky because our pricing is lower than it is in Cook County because they're working with the Northern Illinois Food Bank. They're getting a better rate,
Wow.
so,
Very good. Very
Yes.
good.
There's a ton of research out there on people that are not at the poverty line and do not get assistance, but do not make enough to buy fresh fruits and vegetables.
Exactly.
And that's the group that you cater to, and a lot of seniors fall into that ranking, but also there's a lot of just neighbors, middle-class neighbors that really struggle with getting fresh fruits and vegetables on the table.
exactly.
So
And a lot of
I think it's
grandparents, that National Night Out, it was, you know, a lot of grandparents raising their
Yes,
grandchildren,
absolutely.
you know? And it's hard when you're feeding a lot of people to have nutritious food. So this will be, it's
Great idea.
it's a blessing for everyone in the community, it really
Fruit is
is.
so expensive now.
Mhm.
Did you say there was a limit, or they can buy a couple
Maybe.
boxes? or-
They can buy as much as they would like.
Okay.
We may, if we open our first day and we see 300 people in line, we may tell them they can only have one fruit and vegetable and one meat.
That's what I'm-
But if not, then we'll open it up, and then next time we'll be able to, you know, the
Adjust.
first couple times it's gonna be hard to gauge exactly where we'll be at.
And that's when I kinda made that kinda comment, I was thinking, man, use a big Pandora box, you know, you don't know who's gonna be there.
Exactly. But we know, Bill, you're gonna tell everybody you know that can use this, and we're gonna have a bunch of people there.
I might be.
The
Okay.
people that really don't need
On our
it,
salaries.
there's enough you have to do to get this, that the people that do not have an issue with money or providing for their families probably are not going to go through those steps. If I can spend as much as I want at Jewel, you know, they're probably not gonna go to the extra steps to go here during that time to buy that box, but there will be some, but, you know, I think it's wonderful, and I think it will clear out, and you'll learn a lot in about 6 months.
Absolutely.
Can I just add one thing?
Mhm.
Every single month, we will be doing this. Who knows how many years into the future? Every single month, we will need volunteers to help on that second Saturday. So if your township team, 4 months from now, 5 months from now, at any point decides, you know, we'd all like to go help and really see how this works, you'd be welcome. You know, just let Cindy or anybody on the leadership team or I know, and we'll slate you to come and help.
And the best months to do that would be December, January, and February.
My business.
Because we will be taking it right off the truck.
Do you need any help for this one, or is your whole team going to be there?
We're good the first
We're good the
time.
first. And I
think
don't-
they're good for a few.
Yes, and I don't know if I also mentioned we have Grays Lake North High School students that are actually
I
participating
saw
in
that,
this.
that's good.
And
That's awesome.
we're really excited about having Angelina. She's doing a great job. So, yeah, it's been just it's an awesome program. I just think it's such a blessing to this community. So help us get the word
Well,
out.
thank you very much for putting together the team.
Mhm. Yes, we have a good team.
Great leader.
And I hate to do this to you, but
Okay.
I do have a family thing I have to go to.
Gotcha.
Lisa's gonna take over, thank you. I didn't wanna leave in the middle of her presentation, that was just rude.
I'm sorry, if anyone knows anywhere that they could put a poster up.
We're gonna put a poster on the bulletin board out there too. We put the flyers up there, I don't know if they're still there or not, but I put one out on the
Have you
board.
done the libraries?
Anyone else?
Judy, can I just?
Yeah, leave one here, cause I'll put one on the bulletin board.
Here's
Thank you. Is the meeting over?
No, I have a family issue, I have to
We're out of our Spanish materials, but I should be getting those.
Oh, shoot, do you know about the Melinda Bush is having a senior thing on August 27th?
I think Judy
Does know that? Okay. Melinda Bush's senior event on the 27th?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we were at the first senior fair and we're going to be at the next.
Cindy?
The senior expo, I mean, if we could have even given you a spot on the table, you would have just made off like bandits, because the flyers just
Can I
blew
make
up.
a
We asked
suggestion?
about
Have you got any
having
plans
a
for
display
traffic
there
control?
and there was a charge
Yes,
for
we
the
have
table.
mobile.
That's why I said we would have moved over a little bit
Okay.
for you to.
We have no money, no budget,
thought
this is
was
all
We
purely
would have
volunteer.
shared our
Coming up Cedar
table with you,
Lake.
we would have been happy to.
Exit
Next
around
year.
the back
Yes,
of the high school and have
definitely.
them come
That's where they
out
are.
Definitely.
on Nipper Sink
That's what they're doing.
to the
You're
stoplight.
so smart.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Are you gonna take your poster board, or are you gonna?
Oh, yes, I guess I since I have somewhere else to go.
Okay, good. Thanks very much for coming.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you,
Thanks.
guys.
All right, next
you.
we are on the consideration and review of bills. We will do the prepaid bills. Can I get a motion to approve the prepaid bills?
I suppose.
Do I get a second?
I'll second.
Discussion?
Prepaid bills, the total this period, I believe that total is incorrect on page 2. This is what I was asking about a missing page. I think it's just didn't subtotal properly. The amount should be 51,448 and 62.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because that definitely doesn't add up to $80,000.
So I will amend my motion to reflect the correction.
Okay. And Bill, do you still second?
Sure.
Okay. Any other discussion? All right. I'll call the roll. Trustee Dillmar is absent. Trustee McNeil?
Aye.
Trustee Larson?
Aye.
Trustee DeGrove?
Aye.
And Supervisor Rush? And before you leave, we'll sign the copies in Jeannie's book. The second one, which seems, it looks like there's a page missing there too.
Yeah, see, that's what I wasn't sure about, so.
You know, I think he's got, that's what it is. Okay, here's what happened. Page 1, yeah, there we go. No, yes. I don't know what's going on here.
No, there's nothing there.
19271, 19281. It's got it up here. That has to go. There's a page missing. There is a page missing. Because it appears that the first one is 3 pages long, and it probably does add up to 80,000 then. It would be town assessor division, And it goes from Cynthia Brust, and then the very first one at the top of the next page should read Maureen McGarriger.
Oh, yeah.
And then down to Suzanne Ogden, and then to Anthony Galango on the next page. That's one section right there. And then the other one is missing the first page.
That being said,
Oh, yeah.
we have a wee bit of a conundrum. I believe the procedure is one of the people who made the initial motion would have to motion to rescind the prior
Okay.
motion, and that would be voted on.
All right, well, the whole section is right here for the outstanding bills, for the prepaid bills. But we just don't have for the prepaid bills, we don't have all three, the pages for that one. So then that one, and then we'll start with bills.
Shall we start over?
Yes.
Okay,
And I guess-
I
Any questions
make
now?
a motion to rescind my original motion.
I have to second that.
Okay, so here, trustee McNeil,
I'll second it if she's gonna rescind it for,
and then we have to approve it?
Yep.
Okay. And trustee Larson,
Aye.
trustee DeGrove,
Aye.
supervisor Rush. Okay, now the first three pages of all the pages for the prepaid bills are here. So do I have a motion to approve the prepaid bills as presented?
I so moved.
And is there a second?
That number looks right.
Yeah.
which one are you on the prepaid?
Prepaid, there's 3 pages. It's a little messed up in here. Yeah. Okay, so the first page would end with Cynthia Brust and start with Maureen McGarriger. And the third,
So those are not prepaid?
yeah, that's prepaid, because that's,
Oh, that's right, because of, yeah, okay.
That should be the 3 pages.
Yeah.
3 pages.
Okay,
Okay, and is there a second for the prepaid bills?
I'll second.
All right, any discussion now that we have all 3 pages? One, okay. Trustee McNeil,
Aye.
trustee Larson,
Aye.
trustee DeGrove,
Aye.
and supervisor Rush. Now, we have a small conundrum because we don't know what the other pages for this is.
Can I ask one question?
Yeah?
I guess,
Let's see if it's
the, not
different
the,
Gs.
the next one we're gonna approve, I guess I'm a little,
There's not enough pages for it. so
well, yeah,
that's
but
why
I'm just looking at, there's a Comcast cable bill. Or that's part of the prepaid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pages
it
1,
says
2,
that-
and 3 are
They're
just
just
out of
back.
sequence.
Yeah, they're just out of
Okay.
sequence.
Page 4 is actually page 5, you're missing page 4.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
Does she have it?
You know what, can you excuse me for a second, let me get the actual bills and just
okay, sure, then we'll go through them.
triple check that number.
That's fine. It's not gonna. Welcome, we're initiating you. Well, he doesn't send them to me on a computer.
Let's do your keys for a second.
Cool. So the other ones were missing 2 pages.
I don't know if it's 2 pages or 3 pages.
3.
You think 3? Yeah.
Do we, oh, I-
No, we're probably missing 2 pages.
And do we show, I guess this is just, bills, so we gotta go back to the other. Just thinking
All right,
through.
we're gonna take a brief stop here for a second.
I'm just gonna get some brochures from the library.
Okay.
Do you need some more?
No, we have quite a bit.
So I'll take it.
That's fine.
What's your name again?
Again. Boxes on my front porch. Oh, it's a nice rain though.
Is it rain?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, now it's coming down. Okay. Bills as presented. Okay, assessors, so. All right, do you guys want to go through all of the bills, or
I did.
you already did?
I have.
Chris, Bill, have you gone through the bills?
Yeah.
All right. There is just, all right, can I get a motion to approve the outstanding bills?
As presented.
As
so moved.
presented? Okay, hold on.
Second.
Thank you. 1, 2. Back to taking minutes and running the meeting at the same time. Okay, there is one bill in the town bill that I would like to hold off on. And that's the glass shed. I would like,
Until
it's
completion.
contingent on completion. All right, does anybody have any questions in regards to that?
No, I understand.
Okay, good. It's just, you know, we have a feeling he's gonna finish within the next week and he's gonna have to create some. All right, contingent on completion. All right, any other discussion on those bills? No. All right, we're still not here. Trustee McNeil,
Aye.
trustee Larson,
Aye.
trustee DeGrove,
Aye.
supervisor Rush, aye. Out bills. Okay. Thank you. Next, we have the bathroom remodeling. You had asked for 3 quotes. We had 3 people look at the bathroom. We have 2 quotes. The third person said it wasn't worth their time. So the bill from the previous month should be in your packets. Jeannie said it was. And then you have a new one from, I think it's called Rusty's. Oh, now it's
Trustees on
raining.
repair. Oh, yeah.
You check our windows. see if we
Yeah,
can.
I'm not getting wet, so it's working.
No puddles on the floor. No puddles.
I think it's called Rusty's, and it was more than,
Just that high.
the other one should be
The other one was
pretty-
SJB bill, I've got it here, it was supposed to be approximately 5,000 per bathroom.
Yeah.
So a total of 10.
Yes,
Trustee came in at 14,500.
14.5.
Did we make sure, I know I have a note on here from Jerry last month, did we make sure that SJB is paying prevailing wage?
Yes,
Okay.
okay. All right, does anybody have any questions in regards to that? So it's kind of obvious as to. All right,
And we're going through with the remodeling of the bathroom, because I heard rumors, some people thought they didn't need remodeling or something.
have you been in them recently?
Yeah, no, I mean, they probably do need updating, but.
Yeah, what had happened was when the previous tenants in the Lake County Health Department, they kind of destroyed the bathrooms to the point, there was also, the flush thing that they'll replace too, will make it so that because right now they will shove lots of stuff in there. We're also gonna go back to locking the doors, so once the bathrooms are remodeled, each of the end offices will have a key to use the facilities, and the key has to be turned back in. So then we'll kind of get an idea as to who will be using the restroom. But there will be no more eating in the bathroom, no more shaving, no more showering, no more any of that kind of fun stuff.
Showering?
Will
Well, they
Oh,
would
yeah, that
bathe
happens in the
bathroom.
library too.
Will the food
Airports.
pantry have, because they don't have no public restroom, right?
They do not.
Will they have?
They don't have access to that after 2 o'clock, after when we close anyway on Thursdays or Saturdays, they do not have access to the restrooms.
But they have one
They have
for
2,
their staff,
they
right?
actually have a bathroom in there that they have let people use on Thursday evenings and
Right.
Saturdays,
Okay.
so that's not a problem.
I just don't want them to be without a bathroom.
They won't
have
be,
one.
they won't be. All right, is there any other question in regards to that? Okay, next would be executive session. Can I get a motion to go into executive session?
Do we need to move anything around so if Jim
Oh.
wants to leave?
Right, does anybody have anything on public participation on anything that has been mentioned? No? All right, well, I thank you both for attending. That's my kind way of
Nice way of saying get the hell out.